and parenting. My name is Jessica, and I'm your host for today, as of always. And today, on today's podcast, we're gonna be talking about this discussion. It says, "Stick up for your children," and it reads, "It says, okay." I really hesitated writing this, but I just saw another post and I couldn't help it. If I get these banned, at least someone who needs to see this might see it. Here goes. Stick up for your kids. If you have boundaries for your children, make sure they are respected. It doesn't matter how you are dealing with, family included. I've seen so many posts that say, I don't like it when my mother in law does, my sister's husband makes my kids feel, I'm uncomfortable with my kids around. Da, da, and these all say dot dot dot. So they're like, I don't like when my mother-in-law dot dot dot. My sister's husband makes my kids feel dot dot dot. I'm uncomfortable with my kids around. So I guess it's like a lot of situations that you can be in that you're not comfortable with. But anyways, continues to say you can finish it with any variety of posts. I've seen it. Sorry, you can finish it with any variety of posts I've seen. The point is, if you can't put your foot down for your kids because you hate confrontation, how are they going to learn to stand up for themselves? You are their first and most genuine advocate. Don't be afraid to shake the motherfucking table because when it comes to your kids, tip it the fuck over if necessary. The same way we model the behaviors we want our kids to emulate, they're watching how we interact with other adults too, especially when it comes to them. I know it's hard to swallow that lump in your throat that makes you want to stay silent, but you cannot. And I think you are all doing amazing, and I just get so sad seeing these posts. Hope it helps. Wow, that was like a very, it like hit right on the nail. And it's kind of like what I'm going through, but like this person has a point. I feel like as a parent, we all have boundaries. And then, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but like I personally, like it depends on the person. I kind of tweak those boundaries because I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Um, yeah, like for example, in my situation, I'm saying it because I think it may help someone, but I live with my grandparents and, they support me financially. I'm right now not working. I'm working on starting my own businesses. So right now, I'm kind of in that kiss ass like phase or chapter in my life. I mean, I've always been, but now it's like now that I have my baby, it's been like kiss ass like on 100 because it's just like I just anything that I say will affect my daughter. For example, how they're saying like stick your boundaries, like put your foot down. It's like yeah, but we don't think about how that affects the child. For example, like if I don't want my child to have TV time or like I don't want my child to be on social media or I don't want my child around this person, that's gonna like rub specifically, like my grandparents the wrong way and then they're gonna like, have a bitchy attitude towards me and they're kind of childish. So whenever they're like bitchy towards me, they'll like ignore the baby. It's a whole bunch of it. Like, yeah, like I've been in situations where I've wanted to put my foot down and all it does is just negatively affect my daughter. Like my point doesn't get across. There's no open communication. And it just feels like I kind of just like there was no point of even saying it because now it's like the boundary is still not being respected and now someone's mad at me. So I guess if you're in this situation, it looks different for everyone. But I think, you just need to really get out of that environment. Like you need to have your own home so you can set your own rules and then once you like really like level up financially, just from what I've seen and how I've seen wealthy people act, it's like they don't take shit from no one, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like in order to have that type of mentality and behavior, you need to be able to like hold yourself and your kids down, if shit does hit the fan and your family doesn't like the way, you're raising your child. So that's just a food for thought because I'm in that situation I currently am. So I know what it's like to like really like want to raise your child a very specific way, but it's like you also have like these people around you where you don't, and it may not even be in the home. It could be like anywhere. It's like if you don't have the resources to really just get up and leave, if you really, if you decide to like cut someone off or something, if you can't do that, then it's like you kind of have to move carefully because, you know, you may need that person in the future. But that was a really good point. Like, that's exactly what I'm going through. If you're a parent and you're kind of going through a similar situation, like, well, specifically to me, but if you also have something to tie in, like, please comment, like, what you would do or how you would handle it, because that is true. The person who wrote this is right. Like, my daughter is learning how I handle other people, and I don't want her to be in that situation. But like on the flip side, I do think it kind of I've I think it kind of like for myself, it teaches you to learn how to deal with people, and you can't always have everything in your way. I don't know if that's just like, the settling mentality, but I've just kind of that's my reality. Like not everything is going to be 100% exactly how I want it. So I have to learn how to get along with people, how to be okay with certain situations. I feel like as long as the situation is not like abusive, like physically and, emotionally, like if you have your own space at the end of the day where you can just come home safely and like collect your thoughts and really observe your life, then I think that is good and that is good enough for you to keep moving forward. Like I said, I think you should have your own money. So whatever situation you're in, like figure out a side hustle, figure out anything that just gives you a little bit more confidence and, stability in your life so that, you know, one day you can just look forward to that one day where you'll be able to not be in that situation because you don't have to stay in that situation, and if you want, you don't have to stay in that situation. You don't have or need to be in that situation. So just always look forward to the next, to the future and work towards the future. This situation doesn't have to be your forever. You can always, change and set, your boundaries might even change. So just, always strive to be better. And that's what I'm doing. It's hard. It really sucks sometimes, feeling like you're not respected and stuff. But that's why, one day, it'll all pay off. So keep hustling. This should be like fuel for you to just go and chase after your dreams so that you don't have to live like this. You can be the kind of parent that you want to be and without holding back and having to worry about other people judging you and like giving their 2 cents on how you raise your child. So I hope this helped any mom or dad out there. And if so, comment or share anything you've been through that's similar to this kind of situation. Yeah, so that will wrap up today's conversation. Please subscribe and stay tuned so that we can discuss more about parenting. Like I have so much content that I want to like talk about, and it's a really good outlet for me because even though like these all these situations I haven't been through 100%, I really do think like just what I've been through in life and how it's been raising my daughter. She's 2 years old. I think I have the knowledge to like help really any parent. So I mean I don't know how to deal with every situation, but I can kind of have that empathy and put myself in that situation and give you what advice, I would do. And sometimes it's better to get it from an outside perspective and not someone actually dealing with it. Because, who knows? Any advice is good advice as long as it's coming from a good place. But thank you guys for watching. See you next time.